Sorry for the lack of uploads. A lot of things have been going on behind the scenes with YouTube, and I've got a lot of home repairs I've been doing, so it's a little rough on me as of late. My second editor, Mr. Echo, who handles all the build videos, also has his trials and tribulations. It hasn't been a good summer for the channel. But hey, I finally found some files that were corrupted, and at least I was able to save the video, but the audio's lost. So let's just go through them. Some resin kits I picked up a while ago that are absolutely amazing, and if you can get one, because I don't know if many of them will be produced anymore. Since our global economic structure has been turned on its head, it has greatly affected the hobby sector unexpectedly. P-Bandai kits are costing more, third-party resin kits are costing more, third-party plastic kits are costing more. It's a really weird and uncertain time. Very unfortunate, but let's try and find some silver lining to this very dark cloud. I want to talk to you about one of my favorite producers, Man Studio. Probably got the name wrong, but they do a lot of great kits, but they're really hard to get a hold of here in America. I was able to talk to some people at Musigen Hobby, or is it Mugen Hobby, whatever, and they started picking up some of these kits. It was just a suggestion. This is the Man Studio Stark Jegan. Not the Stark Jegan, just the Jegan Type D. You could build this kit in one of two ways. You could take a normal Jegan, master grade, readily available, and use this and turn it into a very nicely detailed but not over the top Type D Jegan. I just love grunt suits, and I think most people who are into the UC Gundam love them too. The castings are absolutely crisp and beautiful. The details are fantastic, probably only requiring minor rescribing at best. At worst, I should say. Forgive me. It's a few part swaps here and there. Oh, by the way, if you happen to have a Jegan Type D from P-Bandai you want to convert, feel free. On the sad note, P-Bandai kits are more expensive, so if you don't want to pay extra for a Type D master grade from P-Bandai, this is a fantastic alternative that gives you all the parts you need to convert your normal master grade Jegan. These parts are just lovely, clean. It has that resin kit smell. The details, as I said before, great. Looks a little thin, a tiny bit, but you know, if you've built resin kits before, this won't really be an issue unless you're extremely heavy-handed. Granted, it's been months since I've had the joy of looking at this kit, so my assessment of it being thin could be slightly off since it's been a hot minute since I saw this. Packaging, probably some of the better packaging. I think due to the way things are now, we're not going to get really nice custom boxes for resin kits anymore. It's just cheaper and easier to throw them inside of a plastic container, and at times safer. Gone are the days of theatrics unless you pay for a kit that's like $500. This right here is one of my favorites. It's the Slicker Studios Geara Zulu. One of my all-time favorite grunt suits. I just love how imposing it is. Basically, this is the Angelo. It's the Angelo one. Why was I thinking Geara Zulu on my mind? Essentially, it's the same exact kit with an extra bit of parts to give him the cool backpack and whatnot. That was made famous by the Gyaradogas. I believe some Gyaradogas use them as Char's counterattack. Can't really remember. These castings are beautiful. Per as usual, you kind of expect that now, because I think most resin makers have moved from scratch building a kit by hand to 3D printing, which is the future of the hobby in my personal opinion. At the very least, it gives a lot of these resin manufacturer makers far more accuracy and the ability to create greater levels of detail and easier fitment. I'm all for it. We live in an age where Bandai kind of gives you one model kit at best you want every 2 to 3 years. Thankfully for the third-party market, for the more hardcore builders like myself, there's so much more variety. The sort of variety you come to expect from HG is now available for the master grade. And as tech goes further and further into the future, there are more intricate and crazier model kits or even statues being built. Things that you'd never get from Bandai. Though I'd rather get them from Bandai, I'll get them where I can. I mean, life is short, so enjoy as much of it as you can, if at all possible. This kit also touts that it has ABS parts, or plastic parts. This is a little bit of a fib. Right here, we're looking at the plastic parts, but they're most likely 3D printed pieces using ABS resin, I would assume. Technically it's plastic, but you know, it's still resin, and most likely under stress or load, it could break if you're careless. Don't think this is actually real injected molded ABS. But hey, once again, where else are you going to get this model kit. You'll never get a master grade like this from Bandai, probably within our lifetimes. I could see them waiting 20 or 30 years before going, here's the Geara Zulu with the buster pack, you know? It's just not happening. As you can see, these are the parts. I decided to zoom in so you could get a better look as best as you can. YouTube compression. I tried to film in 4K. I do not have an 8K camera yet, and I don't know if I'll ever get one. This channel doesn't make any money. Gorgeous, man. Look at this. Crisp as a Rice Krispie treat. Delicious details that just pop out at you and want to cut you to pieces because they're so sharp. I can't say anything bad about it other than maybe the slight warping here or there, but if you build resin kits, warping and resin go hand in hand, dude. So it's not really a gripe. It's the best I can come up with at the time. You know what? This bag kind of sucks ass, though. You know, if we're going to nitpick, the bag is kind of in the way of things, but maybe this is how they make sure all the parts are together and there's no issues before they chuck it inside this big plastic bin. That even though it's a little safer than a cardboard box, it's still cracked under the weight of being stacked by other kits when I bought it. So there's that. If you want to get one of these, you have two choices. One of them is on a GK site, which name I can't remember. It's something wild, like 2002 GK or something weird like that. The other option right now would be ItsAGunpla or something, something like Shonen Gunpla. It's in Canada. They might be your best bet to get one of these kits at a decent enough price at a relatively reasonable time frame. The downside is, if you're in America, U.S. tariffs on Canada, so you'll probably be paying extra for it because, yeah. Remember what I said about presentation being locked behind kits that are around the $500 mark? Well, here's proof of it. This is the Model Robber Hummingbird, Zeta Hummingbird. Probably one of the most gorgeous kits I've ever seen. It's kind of hard to even call it a kit. It's technically a glorified statue if we want to split hairs, because it is absolutely massive, incredibly heavy, and the details are Sinanju SH Studio worthy. Like, if I were to build this now, I wouldn't expect to be finished with it till next year, especially with my current schedule of getting my head slammed against the wall and pushed into Adobe Premiere for the foreseeable future. Everything about this is just raw presentation. Absolutely a kit made out of pure love and passion. That's the best way to put it. It just oozes from the kit itself. Even when you look at everything here, the manual kind of doubles as a manual and an art book, if you will. I remember I got stupid enough to pay for the Endmaker book thinking it would teach me something about model kits, and it turned out to be a tabletop magazine where you just see some photos of his model kits he's built, and I'm kind of like, I don't need this. I was trying to learn something. But the difference here is this shows you how to build the model kit. And everything here is clean, clear, and precise. It is actually ridiculous to behold. You kind of sit there and go, is this a model kit or am I building a jet engine? It's absolutely insane, dude. Everything here is probably one of the more easy resin statues you'll ever build, because it was just so well thought out. Everything looks as if it's going to go directly into place, and then you glue your magnets and be done with it. If you're smarter than me, you probably would have gotten to this kit the minute you bought it, rather than months, if not almost a year later, because you finally had some free time to overlook things. But you know what? We're not going to point fingers here. This is just beautiful, dude. This book is fantastic. Like, there's no way you could get confused with this. It's on par with Bandai, if not slightly better, which is weird to say out loud. I just can't, man. I'm thinking about it, and I just go, like, why doesn't Bandai do this? Giving us photos of everything put together, clearly shown in every stage. But I guess, like the Bandai model kits, the instruction manuals are meant to be as simplistic as possible. And judging by some of the posts I've seen recently on Reddit where people are still confused by how to build master grades, I should probably shut the hell up. But just looking at this thing, dude, it's so wildly beautiful. Even in its current just yellow resin state, you can tell that this is one of those kits that someone put so much of their life force into to turn into a reality. I think the fan base overall, the more extreme side of the fan base, crave more intricate kits, and we only get them maybe once every 5 years now if the perfect grade unleashes to be the barometer that we go by. Even the MGEX line, it's been a really long time. The last one was what, a year or two ago? When's the next one? So if you crave challenge and if you want kits that Bandai will probably never do, Model Robber is your guy. I mean, look at this. Look at the care. Foam protecting more fragile and important pieces. Wild. This is a kit that I would say, you know, you're getting quality. Usually you could buy, I hate to throw shades, but if you buy like an SH Studio kit, it could cost $500 or more thanks to how things are now. And you won't get this level of quality or presentation at all. It won't be that thought out. The Sinanju SH Studio kit is a brick. They have weighted pieces in here for building the kit. These are actually used for balancing motorcycle tires and car tires. And here they are in this model kit, so you can perfectly balance this kit because you have to, it doesn't have legs. So it's incredibly important to have it balanced. Beautiful, dude. I love Model Robber's stuff. Everything he makes is pure art. Absolute, unequivocal art. I did see like a year or two ago, he has been working on a resin kit for the GPO 3. What more can I say? I can't wait. A Model Robber version of GPO 3 sounds like a dream. What do they call it? A dendrobium? Whatever. Just like the 1/100 scale kit, not the entire thing. He did a dendrobium. That thing would probably be insane. This guy's just crazy detail oriented. But yeah, beautiful stuff here, man. I would highly recommend if you have the money and the time. You need time for this one, my dude. It is a beast. Even I'm slightly intimidated by it. This is next level stuff. I look at Li Jiao Lan and I'm like, yeah, I can build one of those kits. Or SH Studios, I'm like, yeah, I can do that in my sleep. This thing, I'm like, Jesus Christ, the amount of detail. I need to schedule it for the next 2 years of my life. Oh, well, maybe we'll cut it here because I got to edit some other stuff on 2 other channels. So there's that. Thank you for your time because you don't have to be here. And keep an eye out. The build video for the gun tank is coming. I'm currently working on a Banshee / Banshee PC build video. So keep an eye out. It will happen. Give me time. And as a man who gave me my first real airbrush said, do great things.